Yo, moin Freunde, alles gut bei euch? Willkommen zurück in der Nerd Crate. Heute mal wieder in der kleinen Ausgabe von Crate Hangouts. Hier mit Jason Lowery. Wir machen das gleich richtig. Ich werde ihn gleich auch nochmal, er denkt auch so, wow, was erzählt der gerade? Ich habe meinen Namen gehört. We're gonna do that in English a little bit. But, yeah. Ihr habt das schon gehört. Wir gehen jetzt gleich auf Englisch. Deswegen heute Jason Lowery von den Nerds Have Spoken Podcast. Wenn ihr das auschecken wollt, unten sind die Links. Aber wie ihr das schon kennt, im Moment, bis auf weiteres, eine Weile, nicht so eine Intro. And we are back. Dude, what's good?
What's good, dude?
You okay, man?
Yeah. Doing pretty good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good. Like we got 73 today, so it was all short-sleeved and just having a good time, just Mother's Day, you know, visiting the graveyard, sitting a little bit in the sun, reminiscing, stuff like that. But yeah, great weather. I heard you were freezing your butt off.
Hell yeah, dude. So, I can cuss on this, right?
Yeah, you can.
No, just kidding. No, yeah, it was like 75, 80 the other day, and then today I woke up and it was like 64 or 54 or something like that, and it was quite a bit difference. And yeah, we were freezing our butts off. Nice, or not.
So let's hit up the chat real quick. We got Sentinel Bay reviews in the house. So where are the sexy gentlemen? So he also says can't stay for long, didn't check the time, thought you'd be staying at usual 7:15. Yeah, usual my reviews and such currently at 7:15, but I like to keep Crate Hangouts at 8:15. It's communication, you get it. Jason Lowery, nice. What's up, you pretty sons of bitches?
What's up, Kato?
Kato, you good, man? Nice to have you here. Vendetta, Ralphie, what's good, dude?
What's up, brother?
Was good from Alarm Jams. Nice. Several Bay reviews. What's the grandma's plate on Jay's wall?
Yeah. Shout out to Mother's Day, you know, grandma and all, you know, there you go.
Nice. So, Vendetta, you sexy beast. Posters coming to OnlyFans. Verbally challenged with Hurricane BX in the house. Jose, what's
up,
good, dude? Happy 3 years, man. Don't diss collectible grandma plates. Nice.
Hey, shout out to grandmas.
Just shout out to grandmas. Shout out to Mars in general, like overall.
Yep.
Hallo, Michael. Moin, was ist gut bei dir? KJ. Jesus Christ, guys, you crack me up like all the time. Now the chat will be cracking. Nice. Very cool. But yeah, here we are. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, tell the good people who are new maybe to this channel and see you for the first time who you are and what you do.
Yeah, my name is Jason Lowery. You can find me every Thursdays with, you know, my little cohort here, Tim K, on the Nerds Have Spoken, with some other friends of ours. You know, just kind of hanging out there. You can also find me on Xbox as Clutch2345, just, you know, playing Call of Duty and rounds of Friday the 13th with our some of our friends over at the Realm.
Nice.
We had a pretty good night last night.
Nice. Kato also saying, now tell us who you are on the inside.
Well, on the inside, I'm probably like chewed bubble gum. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm as Bethany puts it, I'm a big teddy bear. So
and delicious puff pastry on the inside, like maybe with vanilla cream or something.
No, that's kind of dirty. I thought we were trying to keep it PG.
No PG over here. Like children under 14 get the fuck out of the reviews, and everybody else here, no. Just no.
Yeah, man.
Sounds good. So, I don't know. How did you start? Like, what was the first thought when you thought about? I mean, at first it was just a podcast idea. So the Nerds Have Spoken just came later. But how came this thought about? Like, was it just, yeah, I just want to do podcasting, or was there? I mean, people sometimes have ulterior motives. I'm just going to do a YouTube channel. Everybody's making money out of a YouTube channel, and I'm going to do a YouTube channel because of that. Or is it just pretty much a community thing?
Well, first I popped out my mom's womb. Just everybody. No, I'm just kidding. No. So what it started out was, so a couple of years ago, some friends of us basically, yeah, PG. Exactly, right? And so,
rated PG, pretty gross.
Yeah, pretty gross, right?
Nice.
But yeah, so a couple of years ago, it kind of started out with an idea. I've been approached about doing podcasts before, but I just didn't think it was my thing. Plus, with me and my job, it's kind of hard to do things like that. So out of nowhere, some people kept approaching me over the years, and finally I said, screw it, I'll just go ahead and do it. So I started getting on MPSP Theater at the time and kind of hanging out with those guys over there. Shout out to them. And just kind of hung out with them to get the kind of lay of the land, to see if I was even interested to do any of this. You know, just went on for a couple of months. You know, they kind of mentored me a little bit, you know, just to kind of to show me the ropes, I guess you would say. And so it was kind of fun. We had a lot of fun. And so to fast forward at TFCon. Hey, what's up?
You good, man?
Yeah. Who is that? This is Cantina Transform. What's up, guys?
Yeah.
How are you guys doing?
He's also a regular on our Voice of K on live chat tomorrow, back on our Collector's Bay. Always good to see him there. Yeah.
But yeah, so dude, it started out as like a little thought. So myself and Agent H got together and we were talking about podcasting, like if we wanted to do this, would we be good at it, you know, that sort of thing. And so we just kind of went at TFCon and said, you know what, let's just go ahead and do this. Let's try to see what we can figure out. Nice. And so we're going to TFCon. A lot of people didn't realize this, and now people will know. We were kind of interviewing people without them knowing about it. Like trying to come to the show. We were testing people at, you know, certain questions, stuff like that. And so
testing the water.
Oh yeah, testing the waters, testing to see if who would we think would be a good fit, you know, that sort of thing. So we went around talking to a bunch of people, getting their input, you know, just asking their views on certain things, stuff like that. And this was TFCon Reston a couple years ago. And then shout out to TFCon. Hopefully there's one this year. So, but yeah, so we did that, kind of had fun with that, asking some questions, and then fast forward a little bit, and then Darius and myself hit up people to kind of join, and you know, and it kind of just went from there. You know, we all kind of came together, we all kind of came up with a name. We all voted on a name, you know how it goes. And so we kind of had fun with it, and it's been, you know, we've been having fun with it ever since. Nice.
So for everybody that's listening, just a short thing. So, I mean, Darius, you know, shout out to Agent H. He had a little bit of health issues, but he was in there pretty much from the start. So I don't know, is he gonna return?
I have no clue. I don't know what the future may hold. You know, things are ever changing and ever all these different moving pieces are kind of going around and ever changing and stuff. So you never know what's going to happen.
So is it more like podcast Jenga or more like podcast Tetris?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. More like podcast operation. Like, you know, you just grab a piece, you don't know if it's going to, you know, go off or not, or like it's you know what I mean. It's like you don't know if the pieces are going to fit well. You don't know if the pieces are going to be great. You don't know if the pieces. But dude, like everybody's a great bunch of guys and stuff. So you know what I mean.
Sounds good, dude. So you got different nicknames everywhere. Like you go, like when we check your address on your Facebook profile, it goes facebook.com/J2345.
Yep.
And fitting to that, you're on PlayStation Network with Clutch2345. And you're
and
also
Xbox,
named and also Mazda 6 Fanatic. So you're a gearhead, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, just a little bit. So it's kind of interesting that you say that. So it started out with my stepdad years ago when I was a kid. He had this old F-150 he used to work on all the time. This old Ford F-150.
Yeah,
and
one of those is actually driving down here. It's always in baby blue and full with chrome. Oh.
Dude, this was like murdered black, like murdered out, like, you know, like, it was just crazy. So he had that, and so I'd be the little kids, and you remember those back then when the hood would come up, you had these big, huge, like, engine bays. And so I would sit on the fender wells and I would go over and hand him the wrenches and everything else. And then when he would change the oil or something like that, then I would go underneath and help him change the oil and stuff like that. And keep in mind, I was only 5 years old. So I've been working on cars since 5, you know what I mean? So, and it kind of went into there to me starting a car club and getting sponsored by Mazda USA. Nice. And so I kind of ran with that for a while, you know, had fun with that. I still have my Mazda 6. That's where this Mazda 6i came from, because I built that thing from the ground up. Nice. And the 2, 3, 4, 5, you'll actually laugh at this part. So back in the day, all through basically high school through right before I went to college, I played basketball every day. Okay. Summer leagues, you know, like summer camps. I was what was it? I was 8th grade playing JV basketball. So junior varsity. I don't know, Tim, if you're familiar with that term or not, but
a little bit. Is essentially university basketball, right?
No. This was high school. So you had freshman, sophomore, JV, and then varsity. And so gotcha. I was in middle school playing, you know, just under varsity basketball, and then ran with that for a couple years, and I blew out my knee and my ankle, and then I couldn't play since.
Nice. Not, I know the pain. Damn.
Yeah, I had a 350-pound guy fall on top of my ankles, and it snapped. So.
Oh, cool. So there goes that kind of career. Like I hear that all the time through also pop culture. People, when they started out, they were going like in the teens, they're going to do basketball or football. And on football, most of the times you hear people, oh yeah, and then my shoulder ripped, like the collarbone. And that was it for me. And on basketball, oh yeah, and then someone landed on my knee and that snapped, or the ACL snapped, or the ankle snapped. It's always someone of those. So it never happened on me. It was just, for me, it was just, I don't know. I'm just 6'4" and my knees are just fucked. I don't know. Those are the soft parts.
Yeah, I know the feeling, dude. I'm just over 6'2", and like, you know, I'm a big guy as well, just like you. And just having to deal with all that and the issues from years ago. And it was kind of interesting. So when I blew my knee out, or my knee and my ankle out, I was supposed to go, I see North Carolina. I support North Carolina Tar Heels since I was a kid. I wanted to go there, and I had a shot, but then I blew out my knee and my ankle. Damn. So I couldn't go.
Shit.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's fucked, man. Like we got also new guys here. We got Sergeant Bumblebee here. Greetings, guys. What's good, man?
Greetings. Happy Sunday.
Yeah, and 30 tricks, maybe. Yeah. What's good? So,
nice. Hey, what's up, dude?
Yeah, so if you wanna hang out a little, we're happy to have you. And if you got questions, you know, put them in the chat. I will light them up, and I'll be sure Jason loves to answer them. So let's go ahead a little. What do you think? Where do we know each other from? Like the first ever instance. I can't really make up my mind about. I know that we saw each other in person. First was 2018 Chicago. Yeah, but do you recall?
We talked before then, on and off, like here and there. And there's just so many people in the fandom, you know, it's hard to talk to everybody all the time.
Exactly.
And so I remember we talked here and there, like touch and go, that sort of thing. And then TFCon Chicago. And then I remember us meeting, was that 2018, I think is what it was? Something like
2018 Chicago, yeah.
And so it was kind of cool, like seeing each other in person. We're like, oh shit, you know what I mean? So
There was also a nice multinational one. We had Cody and Sam from the UK. I was the only one from Germany, but some people didn't really know that I was popping up. I remember Ross, when you guys rolled up with the bang bus.
Shout out to the bang bus.
Yeah,
it'll live on forever.
And he was just, Russ and Anna were just popping up behind me. Tim K, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, they didn't know I would be there. That was awesome. That was, I'm missing that. I don't know if we can do this year. I don't think we can, actually, because Germany is in a way worse place with Corona and everything. So I don't know that we could probably fly out, but I don't know if the USA would gonna let us in, quite honestly, currently. So that would maybe be a problem.
You never know. Who knows? Because I think, what is it, in a few weeks here, because I'm in Virginia, okay, just outside, 20 minutes outside of Washington, D.C., and I think they're going to be lifting everything in June. Like, it seems like a bunch of states are aiming right around June. They're lifting a lot of restrictions.
Like, lifting? Like, actually gone? Like, you don't need to... Wow.
Yeah, like you'll be able to go to all these public places. You can have more people. I mean, you're already doing that now, but they're slowly progressing all that, so...
That sounds great. Like, maybe something, I don't know, maybe normality starts popping back in, that would be nice. Like, I mean, I can't even think about, like, back in the days. This would not turn into a COVID story, so chill. But still, when I think about the pest, like back in the day, the Black Plague, when that went on years and years on end and people just dying, like, we are good in today's day and age with the research and with vaccines and everything. We're roughly over a year, and it seems like they're starting to get somewhat of control over it. Like, somewhat. There's still mutations popping up, but not really hopeless at all. So
now, did you recently, speaking of the COVID stuff, did you end up getting your shots yet?
No,
not yet.
I
didn't know if they were having that over there yet or not. So
they are doing these pretty much, I don't know, like bottlenecking the people that are old and also maybe have previous sicknesses. They put that up, put those up first. But with another vaccination, like from AstraZeneca, those people don't actually have a prioritization list. So there's can be some people else, but for now it's all prioritized. Like, my father's got his first now, but I think I may get mine end of this year. Dan of Sentinel Bear Reviews got his already, because he's in the medicinal sector, and his wife too. So it's also a little bit weird, but I mean, I'm good. I'm abiding by the rules, so I'm good. I'm healthy. I can do this for a while longer. What are
my wife got the shots, right? And so it was kind of interesting that we were talking about this, because what the funny part was is I keep everybody, like, making all these jokes about the shots, like, oh, you're going to be controlled by the government, oh, you're going to be this, like all this conspiracy theory stuff. And I'm sitting there laughing.
I don't give a shit about conspiracies. I just want my superpowers, man.
Yeah, no shit. Well, I was telling Bethany, I was like, one day we were sitting outside and I got the shot, and I was like, man, because like everybody says, oh, they're injecting you with a computer chip, and I'm like, dude, I don't care if they inject me with a computer chip, just as long as I don't get shocked by the electric fence that's outside that's controlling my dog from going out the border of our. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, man. Like, I also just love what Kato put up. That's why I'm lazy. No broken bones, dude. The thing is, you can still get that shit. Like, I remember back in the day. That's been really, like, in the day 10 years ago or such. I was just walking in my apartment, and I don't know, my leg took a weird swing. I don't know, and really the outer toe just clipped on the living room door. Just bam, and I was like, I couldn't breathe for a solid 10 minutes probably, and I could really take the little toe and put that out by 90 degrees. So that was pretty much done. Man, I called the hospital and I asked them, and they were like, yeah, you got tape or Band-Aid? I'm like, yeah, tape that shit together with the toe right beside it. That's all you can do.
All right, I'm done with the story. I'm out.
Like that's all you can do. I mean, of course, when you hear about it, okay, how you're gonna put that in a cast, of course. But at the first minute, I can take my toe and just put it 90 degrees out there. That's not supposed to do it. So.
Well, at least you'll be able to swim faster. You know what I mean? Like you got webbed toes now or something. Shout out to the Vendetta. He said something about I want the vaccine for X-ray vision. Hello, ladies. So if you could, let me ask you this. I know you're kind of here having me on interviewing me, but I got a question for you.
Okay, go ahead. I'm cool with
that.
All right.
So with this vaccine, if it did give superpowers, what would your superpower would you want it to be?
Superman's full power set. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, essentially Omni-Man, while we're on topic. Like, I would, yeah. Or if we would say by powers, flight.
Flight?
Yeah, flight. That's really a dream. Just really being able to fly, you know? Most people probably say that, but yeah, that. But if I could have an actual wish, like a full power set from someone, that would be Superman. And I would be horrible. That would be totally horrible. What about you?
I'd take the powers of the Hulk.
Oh, yeah, no. Then I would be green all the time. That wouldn't be good. Like, I don't know. I don't know if that's a good call. So, can you... Oh, yeah, nice. That's a good call. Dude, we get into that anyhow. So, Katina asked Jason what figures are you collecting, so we get into that anyway. Kato says Magneto's powers for the win. Okay, cool. I mean, that would be super easy for action figures, right? Like, no more fiddling those pins. You're just... That would be super easy.
Yeah, that'd be pretty easy, yep.
And Sergeant Bumblebee, maybe we are able to transform at least. Bioorganic transformers. I hear bones cracking. Ooh,
that doesn't sound too appealing. I mean, we're getting old. Dude, so our bones are already cracking. I don't want to hear the rest of that shit.
Right? Right? So, but that's actually the next question. And on that, we're gonna dive in also. Of course, what you're collecting first. But then, did you get something new?
Oh, did I get something new? Actually, no, I haven't gotten anything new this week.
Oh, that's bad. Man, I wonder what's up with my light. I don't know. That's weird.
You are looking extra white today, so
I'm looking super white. I'm going the full Twilight route here.
I don't know if it's your wall or you reflecting it. I couldn't tell. Like
that's actually if I put up my hand, see?
Yeah, it goes away. Yeah.
It goes down, and then this, and then I don't know. That's the shirt. If I put up something gray or maybe white, then it would be great. That would be just fine. So you didn't get anything new.
Well, let's see here. Trying to think, what did I get new recently? I mean, stuff just to kind of give you an idea of what I got recently in the mail. So I just started collecting. Remember how like they recently started talking about doing the 6-scale G.I. Joe stuff? So I'm starting to make my own custom 6-scale G.I. Joe stuff. So I bought this figure a few weeks back to make a Jinx.
Cool.
I only took like some of the metal parts and stuff off from her. This is a Fison body. This was already a pre-done figure. I'm in the process of it. I'm going to add some more red to her, stuff like that. But I got this in the mail. And then,
so that's like the squishy booby one?
Yes. Yes, she does have, you know, like but yeah, so the other thing I got.
Look who's talking about bombs.
Mr. Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
So something else I got just recently. So I'm making, since they're coming up with Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, I figured I'd make a couple of ninjas. I'm making a quick kick, making a Jinx, just because I love ninjas and stuff in general. But so I got in the mail the other day. I don't know how the hell I'm going to do this, dude. So I got a full ninja gi to actually make some red ninjas.
Jesus, that is so overly talented when people are actually able to sell that shit.
Dude, it even comes with freaking I mean everything. I mean, it's pretty wild.
The bottom of the barrel for guests,
right?
No.
Hey, I I was the chum all the way at the bottom, and then even then, I was the scum of the chum.
Like, oh, there's someone. Jason Lowry. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What you drinking, dude?
Actually, a little bit of Dr. Pepper and Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels Fire.
Nice. Nice. Starting
one of my
early.
go-tos. Yep.
On a Sunday, start early. Okay, dude. So that's a nice haul. Like I dabble a little bit in those two. I always love when you get a new figure and at first out of the box, it just looks bad, you know. Then you start fuzzing, like you're stretching the shirt a little bit, so it would sit better over the pants, and then you maybe take out the leather jacket and add something to it. Like I remember the collar mod on the old nice on the old Terminator 2 T800, the first one. It was wow.
Yeah, I'm just showing more parts because one of your people on here says
let's show that.
Really says, what did you just show? So basically it's like a gi, like things like that.
Nice.
A guy off eBay actually made these, and they're fairly inexpensive. They're like right around $30. And dude, it comes with everything for this.
That's so good.
Like the pants, like all of it. The hood.
I mean, he's also totally in on pop culture currently. If people want a little bit more feudal Scorpion, they could go with that.
Yep. So he's got a bunch of different colors. So I'm doing 2 red, 2 blue. I'm going to do 2 white, 2 yellow, 2 black.
Nice.
So
that's good.
And then I'm going to do the other custom stuff too. So.
Yeah, like I said, that's always good. Like I remember back when I got the first Arnold Schwarzenegger, the actual first Hot Toys figure that actually looked like Schwarzenegger. Like the jacket was way too puffy, like also around the neck. It wouldn't really sit flush like it was supposed to. And people would just put in a little bit of a twisty tie, like straighten that out and put them all the way in on the collar and then bend that shut. That fit perfect and it went super natural. It worked quite awesome. So Kato says it's not drinking early if you never stop, right?
That is true. That is true. But you'll kind of laugh at this. To go on to the well, I'm getting an echo right now. I'm in God mode. God.
You're in God mode.
God.
You got on my end, so that's
It's coming through on yours. I don't hear an echo on mine. That's weird. It's got to be StreamYard. There it goes. It stopped. But anyways, must be their echo cancellation crap that they got going on. But anyway, so the guy who also sent over the Ninja also sent over the worst body imaginable. So we sent this over. And dude, it's like the Michael J. Fox of like figured bodies, I guess. But he actually gave me a couple of painted heads. But like I said, I don't collect these very often. But dude, this is the longest neck I've ever seen on a figure in my life.
Yeah, that's how they look.
I could make a Mr. Fantastic out of this. The neck is so long. Like.
6 scale stretch Armstrong.
Yep. So.
But yeah, I mean, they always look like this, you know, with a cloth thickness. It always pops up, and then it works. It usually works better. But yeah, that sounds good, man. Like I'm looking forward to the progress. What else do you collect?
Oh, what don't I collect?
Joe, of course.
Jesus. What don't I collect?
Okay.
Let's see here. I collect third-party Transformers, official Takara Transformers. I also do. Yeah. Hey, what's up? So I also collect. Let's see what else here. NECA TMNT. Yeah, right. That's what she said, literally. But yeah, so what else did I get? I collect, legend size Transformers. I mean, you kind of get an idea.
Oh, so good.
I collect Marvel Legends. I collect, 24 scale die-cast cars. I pretty much collect everything that has something to do with my childhood, basically, that anything came out that I was pretty much interested in. I got Super 7 TMNT. I got stuff from the MCU that's been coming out. I collect comics, Playboys.
Nice. Nice.
Yep. I do collect Star Wars. Expect the original trilogy, but the later stuff, not quite as much. Like I've got from, who is it? I got a couple Black Series figures here and there, but it's mainly figure arts that I have of most of those.
I want to put in another thing Sergeant Bumblebee put up a few minutes ago. I am to make an old snake out of Renegade's Cobra Leader 3.75. Hope it gets cool enough.
Oh, that'd be cool. Definitely send pictures in. I'd like to see that. Yeah,
that's a good idea. Like if you can, you know, Facebook, Instagram, all that down there. Just tag me in it, and I want to forward it to Jason.
Dude, I've got an obsession with ninjas, like Godzilla, like anything Godzilla, Monster Arts, and Transformers. That's the main things I collect. So,
okay, since we're currently in that time frame, like what did you think of Godzilla Kong?
Ooh, it was fun. It was an enjoyable movie. There were some parts in there that were not so great. There were some parts in there that were great, but all in all, the movie was just pure fun to me. The dynamic with Kong and the little girl was phenomenal. I loved that. Just seeing Godzilla on the film and Kong period anyway, and they're still doing these films after 60-some years now. It's just phenomenal to me.
That's crazy.
In fact, it was kind of funny right before we got on. Every Sunday since I was a kid, this tells you how much a Godzilla fan I am. So every Sunday since I was a kid, I've watched a Godzilla film.
Oh, okay.
So I watch it in series. So like this morning, I watched Godzilla 1954. So the first one. So I watched that one, and then next week I go on to the next one in the series, and I go through all of them. As it continues on. I've been doing the same thing since I was a kid.
Those are a lot of Godzilla movies.
Yes, they are. Yes. And think about how old we are now, and I've been doing it every Sunday ever since, and I don't give a shit. I don't care what anybody says. That's my thing.
But that's pretty much me also with Terminator and RoboCop. You can't just beat the old movies. Like, I don't know. There are a lot of people from today's day and age that I really like. I think Endgame Avengers became a modern classic in an instant.
Oh, yeah.
Like pretty much almost everything from the MCU, because when did you ever have such an interconnecting franchise? That's just that's not something that comes all day. So I think that's a classic anyway. But on the more absurd version of Godzilla, what did you think of Shin Godzilla?
Well, let's put it this way. So I ended up winning tickets when it first came out in theater. So I was all excited. I was like, another Godzilla film. Yes, like we got to go see this. So my wife and I went out on a date. We went to dinner and everything. Had a nice dinner. We went to go to see the movie. And then like the first 10 minutes of the movie, my wife fell asleep. And about halfway in, I started to fall asleep. And I've never done that in a Godzilla movie in my life. And they've made some bad Godzilla movies over the film that are cheesy, but are so great. But I'd say, yeah. No, it's all good. It's all good. You know, to each their own. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But Shin Godzilla, it was a pretty good film. I just got bored with all the meetings and stuff that were going on in the film.
There was a lot of bureaucracy in there, like, oh yeah, hundreds and thousands of printers in the back here and all documents and what we're going to do here and meetings and shit.
We have a meeting about a meeting of the meeting of Godzilla. It's like, you're like
referencing the meeting we just had.
Like this dude's blowing shit up, like fuck him up, like all you can, you know what I mean? But it's like, you know, it's like, I'm sorry, but if you really would have seen if that was actually practical the way it went, I don't think all those meetings would have went down. I just think people would have just gone and just tried to blow up as much as they could. You know what I mean?
Especially when you think about the part in the middle of the movie where he really just goes his atomic breath, when the thing like channels and becomes like this atomic knife, just cutting these buildings. And yeah, let's talk about that.
No,
You know?
I think it was. It was a pretty decent film. Don't get me wrong. I just got bored with all the meetings parts. I didn't have a problem with the Godzilla until towards the end of it, when he had the red rocket tail. Like, that was just a little weird.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's bad what they did with the movie, that they cut out so much. Like, I saw a lot of videos afterwards where they were like, there were so many forms of Godzilla discussed that the last version we saw at the start of the tail, with all these humanoids, bits and pieces coming out of the tail, that was supposed to be the fifth form, referencing humanity as the monster in this. That's why Godzilla became the thing he is. So I think that's a great concept, but it just became lost in the final movie.
Yeah, it was just it was an interesting. So every Godzilla film has always had something.
Hey, Sammy.
Right? Hey, what's up, Sam? So like every Godzilla has some sort of political or social issue attached to it. Right. The smog monster, like, and all that other stuff. They all had something to do with something.
Yeah.
So I mean, with what they did with that, I think did a pretty good job. It's not my favorite of the bunch. Look, favorite. Ooh, here we go. Let's see here. My favorite Godzilla film of all time.
Shin Godzilla.
How dare you? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Probably. Let's see here. God, man, I'm like stumping because I like so many of them.
Probably 98, right? Nick Tatopoulos and John Reno.
No, that one's up there, me worse than Shin. So, that's just me though.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, that's not Godzilla. That's basically just a giant lizard like rolling around. Like, I would probably have to say King of Monsters was probably one of my favorites. The newer King of Monsters.
Okay.
Just a couple of years ago. That was good. Favorites. Yeah. Just all the throwbacks to all the older films, like all the different monsters being in it. It could. I want more of the MonsterVerse to come out. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I'm a Godzilla geek, so it's like, I want more of this stuff to come out. So
yeah, and it's quality stuff, I mean, they even put humans in there, and it's not to this, I don't know, like inflacious kind of ratio they did with the Bayverse, where it's almost only about the humans. No, they really put the monsters in this movie and really on the forefront, and showing everybody, that's what happens if these titans rule the earth, Yeah. So that is always good.
So for the listeners, what is their? I just want to get this out to them real quick. What's their favorite Godzilla movie if they watch them? Anyways. Continue.
That's a good call. That's a good call. But what do you think about Pacific Rim? Since essentially Godzilla, but overall, of course, kaiju buff.
I mean, I like kaiju in general. Those films, like I love robots and I love monsters, and it's got both in that film. And it was definitely a fun movie. It was definitely too much Hollywood going into it, but it was a fun film. I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, there's not too much out there. What's that?
The first one is especially way better than the second. I mean, the second resolved the story okay. It was okay, but it just, I don't know, it kind of missed the punch. Like, it's weird that Charlie Hunnam wasn't in there, and of course there was a son. When they don't know what to do, they put a son in there.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird that they turned around and did some of that stuff. So
yeah.
Ooh, there we go.
What you saying? Oh, nice. Yeah.
Godzilla by far.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean,
Godzilla's smart enough. Triptychon's an idiot. Let's be real.
A, that, and B, quite honestly, Cybertronians have all these laser weapons and such, but I think they won't do jack shit again as an actual atomic breath, right?
Yeah, I don't know. So, we'll see.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I started watching it about a week or two ago. We're binging so much stuff right now, so I started watching it. Was it Pacific Rim Black or something like that?
Yeah, the Black.
So we just started watching it.
Yeah. It's supposed to be this I don't know, area in Australia or something that's called the Black because it was ground zero or something.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's why it's called the
Yeah,
Black.
yeah.
But did you like that?
Yeah, well, I didn't get a chance to finish it yet. I just started watching it. There's been so much because of being on the podcast and trying to keep up with watching, because I don't know too many people that watch that. So it's just like, I've been kind of watching that as I've been kind of going here and there, kind of filling the spots.
Yeah, I feel you.
And like I said, I have a tradition of like, watching the Godzilla films every Sunday. I mean, that also includes like other kaiju films too, like, the 76 Kong, like the old like 30s Kong, like stuff like that. Like any of those I watch as well. So
sounds good. Yeah, I watched The Black, but I don't know. I didn't feel too much of a connection with the Pacific Rim movies. Like they put in the Herc Hansen, the father of that dickhead. They had Striker Eureka, with the EMP and everything. So that was the only pretty much connection to the series, and there are some weird choices. I don't know if a season 2 is actually going to happen. I was really looking forward to it. I don't know. Not 100% over with that, but dude, since we're talking kaiju, and this is pretty much apparently, apart from Transformers, somewhat it seems like your favorite franchise ish.
To an extent, yeah.
What is your, if it exists or if not, could you think up your favorite grail that you would love? And is there something that you say, man, if they would do this or that, and I would love to have that, may it be, I don't know, what kind of a Godzilla bust or whatever, Is there something that you could put your finger on?
Well, I would like for them to finish up under Monster Arts to do more of the Godzilla villains of the films and other characters that they haven't done yet. But
there you go. Ralphie, favorite Godzilla?
Destroyer. Destroyer is a good one. So is 85. That's a good one. Yep.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I like the one with Destroyer and also the one with Biolante.
Oh yeah.
Those were also amazing.
That was a good that actual Godzilla in that film with Biolante. That was actually my favorite form of Godzilla, even though he looked like he was a little fat ass in that film with like he looked like was it apple bottom, what they used to say back in the day. So,
the Grails. You said Monster Arts.
Yeah. So more Monster Arts stuff. I got just recently when they dropped that Biolante again. They dropped that one again, and I was like, oh, I had to have that. Because that thing was so expensive for the last couple of years, and then out of nowhere they decided to re-release it with new paint. I was like, all right, I got to get it. So
it's also big, right? Like what is it, like 12-inch tall and a diameter of like 14 or 15 or something?
It's about 12 inches tall, and it's like 20 inches wide with the tentacles like around. Like it's crazy. It won't fit in a DTOF at all.
I wanted to say that's a little bit hard to display. Yeah.
Cool. But as for what I'd really like to have, which is coming, it is a grail, is the transforming Optimus Prime robot.
You're getting that?
Mm-hmm.
That face.
I was talking to Bethany about it, and I looked at her, and after I saw the video, and she looked at me, and she's like, "Here's the card." she's like, I don't say no to anything, but like that thing right there, like as soon as I saw that thing transform, she saw the look on my face like a little kid getting all giddy and shit. Who doesn't want to turn around and walk into your house and be like, Optimus Prime, roll out, and all of a sudden it transforms and all that other shit, and you're like, oh yeah, that's going to be like a centerpiece on my table.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice for sure. It's also interesting to see where RoboSen actually came from. Started out like with this super Yankee looking robots, the one like Hound but KO, then the other one like Scrapper, that would look good, and the other one Optimus Prime, that's clearly Optimus Prime, but nothing's ever gonna happen. That's like a nice, I don't know, side gig of some robotic dude, and all of a sudden Hasbro put them under contract, and now it's the official. How crazy is that?
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's obviously that's third party getting a contract.
Yeah.
So if that shit's getting the contract, who knows what else?
Fans toys.
Fans toys.
Oh no, wait a minute. Fans, bro. Like whatever it is.
The fan bro prize. Yeah, or also Zeta for combiners. I mean, quite honestly, with something of unofficial third party getting a contract, like it's with wrestling with a Forbidden Door, AEW and New Japan or Impact or such, you know, all of a sudden with Corona happens and all of a sudden everybody loses their minds and starts communicating and actually making things happen. Interesting. Quite interesting. Is there a weird talent that you got? I don't know. Whatever.
Weird talents.
Yeah, like it could be something that that's actually be useful or something that only you can do. You don't know anyone else that can do it, but
my wife doesn't like me talking about it, but I can. Oh God, this is so bad.
Okay,
I can triple tie a cherry stem in a knot with my tongue.
You can no. Oh, and I thought mine was weird with a tongue. I have something with a tongue similar. When I'm hearing like Fear Factory, for example, and the double bass in the sound, I'm repeating that in my mouth with my tongue, like to the left and the right, really fast. But that is weird.
No, it was kind of funny because the first time that I was dating Bethany years ago, and I walked up to her, we were out to dinner, and I grabbed her cherry stem, and she's like, "What?" She's like, "What's this for?" And I was like, "Oh, isn't this all the rage, like a joke?" And I put it in my mouth and I tied it, and she starts laughing, and then I triple tied it, like total. And she like looked at me, she's like, "Sold."
Nice.
No,
yeah,
but
it with me, dude.
Yeah. So it was kind of funny. So that's kind of a weird hidden talent. I don't know. Like I do so much shit. It's kind of hard to. Yeah.
I think we're good.
We already got the perviness out of the way. So.
Wow, and we talked about PG. Yeah, that shit is not happening anymore.
Sorry,
dude.
If you know me, you know me.
Yeah, I mean that's an interesting detail for way later. Hey, ladies, you know he's off the market.
Like, I'm mild. Yeah, I'm off the market, but you know, but you had that look in your eye, like I'm mildly creeped out, but you know, intrigued.
But yeah, I mean, this is intriguing. I never heard about that from a dude. So I mean, that is control. That's just what it is. So what we got here? Oh yeah, Kato has a good point. Fans toys plus hospital license, $1,000 bots with a diecast and shit.
I don't know. I don't think it'll be that much. I think it'll probably go up like an extra $100 or something, depending on what it is. But
that's also what I'm thinking. I just had the exact same thought. I thought about Hunk, General 100. If it then would be actually Braun, probably 200. With the
it'd probably be like 175-ish, I'm guessing, is what it would probably be for that one.
I could think so too, yeah. Such a moment, the technique was an improvement, so Hasbro grabbed them. Yeah, probably, you know, with RoboSand. I think that was smart. That was actually smart. I like to transform my Transformers by myself, but it looks good. It sure does, and especially since the head is essentially MP10. So if you squint, you know, you essentially got a self-transforming MP10. I mean, that is fucking cool. So I think.
Don't get me wrong. I'm an engineer by trade, so I love transforming my Transformers. Dude, I have all these. I mean, dude, I got all these legends like sitting on my desk, so I can fidget with them and kind of mess all day.
This is so weird, you know. Same here.
Yeah, I do it all day long.
I mean, these are fun, and the engineering and Legends figures have come such a long way.
Oh yeah.
Love it. It's not even funny anymore. Like how
I mean, it's crazy. Even Hasbro's come a long way with all their Siege and Kingdom line and everything else. Like they're knocking it out of the park. They just need to get rid of all the open waffle shit. But other than that,
I checked the Skylinks. That was pretty good. I had Jetfire here. Dan brought that with him when he visited me. I had the Cyclonus. You know, Cyclonus is great. Like except for the flight stand, right behind his knees, where you just put your fingers in and you can go like whoosh. These holes are just big, but otherwise, the Cyclonus is a great fucking figure, you know. So they're knocking it out of the park. I'm looking forward to the arc, so it's gonna be good. But since we're back to collecting, and also since we just said Hasbro came a long way, also, so did the packaging art, like Siege, Kingdom, and Earthrise. Those are great, but do you unbox, or do you put them on the shelf?
Oh, dude, you know what's crazy? With the art, I'll snap a picture of it and keep it. But like the boxes like that, like I ended up getting rid of them, like because like, dude, it just takes up space, and like I'd rather just have the actual figures. Like the box is pretty and all. Don't get me wrong, the boxes are awesome to look at, and not to knock any of the artists that do it, because I save the art. Like I'll snap a really good high res image. And I'm actually creating a book, like a little flip book of all the art from the boxes, so I can have that. So that way I don't have all these boxes. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to print them out and have that. So, so that's what I plan on doing. I mean, I'll keep the Legends boxes because, dude, the Legends boxes are like nothing. You can stack like.
Yeah. Also how they look, right? I mean, the New Age and also the Iron Factory. Those are beautiful fucking boxes, right?
Yep.
But shit, what I wanted to say, I don't remember anymore. Anyway, so you, but what about fans toys? Do you collect the fans toys boxes, or do you get rid of those also?
Oh no, like those, like you got to hang on to those.
Yeah.
Well, it's like. The third-party stuff, I will hold on to for boxes. Okay,
because that's actual value that you will throw out.
Yeah, big time. But like the Hasbro stuff, the price, whether the value of the box or not, it's still the same thing. Like if you look on eBay, some of the figures are still the same price, so that doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah. So Vendetta says, I don't own an MP36 because to me it's not a $240 figure. If a company like Fans Toys can improve it, I pay that, but not $100 more. Well, dude, quite honestly, MP36 is a $240 figure, and MP44 is not a $450 figure, though. So
I will tell you, I did not get MP44.
Me neither. I got the OP leader for that cartoon look.
I get the Magic Square version. Light of Justice or whatever it is. Looks good to me. So
those I had all of those. I checked all of that out, and I had the MP10. I just sold it because I have no place for that anymore, and I'm good with OP Leader. That's just super sturdy, great transformation, gives you a realistic truck, way more realistic than Takara. So I don't know, but the MP36 is worth $240. Let's be fair. I think
so.
Well,
it's $240 now, but I think back then it wasn't, right? It was.
I paid something like that for that.
It was 36. That was Megatron, right? 36.
Yeah.
I think I paid like 180 for mine or something like that. I could see that.
Yeah, but that's different. That's different. If you say 180, you say dollars. If I say 250, I say actually euros, meaning 250 euros would cost something like $270 for you guys.
Yeah,
so that's way more expensive.
Yeah.
You know, great box art by Legends by any means. Yeah, man, of course. I have the Magic Square version for $540 to stick it in the D12. Yeah, that's exactly it. And
dude, that Magic Square one is up that high right now.
No, he's talking about the MP44. He says he has a Magic Square too. He's not putting MP44 on the D12, especially so many accessories you won't ever use ever, and an electrics feature you won't ever use either.
Dude, so that figure, that MP44, kind of reminded me of that thing you posted on Facebook the other day about the picture of the silhouette of the girl. Like it looks kind of good. But then you go and look at the fine detail, and it's all jacked up. Like
exactly,
it kind of reminds me of that. You know what I mean? I wasn't that impressed with it. Like it wasn't a bad figure. I got to mess with that TF con. Yeah. I just the proportions on it just look. To me, I think of like Optimus as like big and like stout, and like his broad shoulders, like everything else.
Yeah.
But I have nothing against MP44 and other people liking it. I just didn't like it personally for my collection. I still have MP10 with a shit ton of accessories. I got like metal smokestacks on his arms and stuff like that. I have all the upgrades for it, so I'm good.
Like I'm like you say it, you know. I'm also good if people like it. Like Dan loves this MP44. He says to him, MP44 has this presence. You're walking by it and it just grabs you because it's all shiny and everything. But quite honestly, to me, that's what I said to him too. To me, this presence gets lost when I know the problems it has. And if he picks it up from the shelf, you know, this tolerance from the hip joint where the upper body just goes wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. That just, I know that it happens. You pick that up and it's going wiggle, 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 wiggle.
The thing I don't like is when you walk past your DTOF or something like that, and all of a sudden your Transformer figures start twerking on the shelf. Like, no, that's not for me. You know what I mean? So
yeah, 100%. So different other stuff. What we got here? Cantina says, I think it's awesome that Hasbro thinks out of the environment. Absolutely. I think that's great. Yeah. Sam says, I love MP44. I sold the Magic Square and kept the MP10. There you go. Nice. There's the other side of the coin, you know?
That's awesome for him, dude. I mean, like I said, it wasn't for me, but I'm glad that he loved it. I mean, that's his pick, that's his vision of it, and I think it's awesome. Shout out to Sam.
Yeah, exactly right. Guys, if you're new here and you think that's cool, there's also a full playlist of this. More interviews. I also had Bobby Skullface on in February if you want to check that out. So if you like the channel, if you like what I do, also tons of reviews, over 400 videos. I'm sure you're happy here. Leave a like, leave a subscribe, maybe put in the notification bell so you form your own program, and I would be actually pushed up in the program and everything. That would help me dearly. I could sure use that. I'm just short of 900 subscribers, so it would be appreciated. But on to the next maybe question. These different opinions are what makes this hobby so great. That's exactly it. That's also a little message Jason will have for us at the end of the show, where we talk about a little something I like to call community bullshit. But I'm teasing. I'm teasing. Dude, do you got a favorite shelf?
Do I have a favorite shelf?
Yeah.
My Playboys.
Nice.
No, a lot of people don't know this, and I said this, I think like a week or so ago. A lot of people
but dude, I mean shelf. I don't mean your Playboy hanger on the toilet where you just, bust that out and then.
All the pages are sticky free. Don't worry. But no, so I collect vintage Playboys since. Let's see here. I guess I've collected the last 25 years. I have a vintage Playboys, and I have them in like nice leather bounders and stuff like that.
Cool.
So that's another part of the collection thing I was telling you about. And then, but I'd say probably one of my favorite shelves is I actually got a shelf that has some of the stuff I've worked on in the past.
Nice.
So if you know, you know.
If you know, I know. So that is good. A little bit of work attached to the hobby. That's always cool. That's also why I currently enjoy the hell out of it. Because you got a community behind you. You got a shop that you open up, and people trust you with their money, and you get to check out a lot of figures. People loan you shit, and you are able to provide people with that. That's just a whole different new dimension to it. So if you put the work in, man, and connected to it, it's amazing. It's a lot more fun. So what? Sorry, I mean definitely. Where?
Oh, they were talking about.
Yeah, I got it. Love that as Transformers collectors, we have so many options. Dude,
agreed. I love to be honest, I hate, and this will tie into the thing that I think about the collectors. People need to. I mean, I could tie the two in together right now if you want or not. But
of course, go ahead.
People need to pull their head out their asses. Dude, it's collecting. We're supposed to have fun. We're supposed to remember ourselves from our childhood, not bicker like old men on the internet. You know what I mean? So it's like, I do. Kato's correct. What's that?
We're not old men, but the gray and the beard is getting more and more. So,
Oh, we're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there.
But so we're supposed to remember our childhood. We're supposed to be happy. We're supposed to have those memories and have an attachment to all this stuff.
Word.
And I think a lot of the times in the collector community, people forget that. They get so caught up in the moment of hating on everything so much that they forget why we're even doing this in the first place half the time.
Yeah.
And dude, I'd love to have people have different opinions. I think it's phenomenal. But you get people that start bickering about like, well, engineering and paint and all this other stuff. You're like, dude, do you know what went into actually creating this thing from scratch to be something which these guys buy anyway, even though they bicker about it? So a lot of people don't understand that.
Talk about the bottom of the barrel, you know? Only the bottom of the barrel knows knows actually what goes into these figures. Like actually coming up with a concept, first draft, making that as a print, you know, as a first test, revising a lot of that shit, all these drawings for the parts, revising the drawings, getting approval for that shit, getting test prints again multiple times. There's so much going into that, and so many people don't know it. That's why I always say, okay, clearly you don't have any idea about the engineering process behind that, but I respect that because you just don't know. But leave people their opinions. You know, if I say that shit, I think for myself, that is my opinion that it's shit, but I'm not speaking this whole sentence all the time. I'm not explaining that to everybody.
Hey, one man's trash is another man's treasure. You know what I mean? That goes back a long way, you know?
Yeah.
So I just think that we've had so much pent up crap going on the last year because of COVID and everybody being stuck in the house and everything else. Right. I think that everybody just needs to relax. Yeah. And just play with your shit, and I mean your Transformers. But you know, just remember, just pick up that figure, and this is a message for everybody here. Pick up that figure and remember why you got that figure in the first place.
Exactly.
Who cares what everybody else says? The only person's opinion that should matter is to yourself.
You mean someone can like something that I don't, and I'm not supposed to tell them they're wrong? Yeah, chill the fuck out. No, that's exactly.
Shout out to Kato.
Yeah, man. Like, check that channel out, dude. Like, he's in 3,000. He was in 3,090 last week. I'm just seeing the glimmer of that dude he was back then. You sold out. No, you don't. But but that's the thing that Jason essentially means, you know, just talk, just behave, be normal, enjoy that. Like I've gotten this guy just because this is my Galvatron, you know, and I unpacked this and I was like, wow, I would have never thought to get this. And people are like, yeah, but it's not mine. Okay, then it's not for you. I'm all good with that. This is my Galvatron. You want it all purple? You like it? You win.
I never had attachment to that color or that scheme from the comic book and stuff, but like I think it's awesome that you have that, and the look, and even on our show, like I'm a sellout. But yeah, so it's, you know, I'm glad. Just the thing that I love to see now is when someone picks up a figure and you can see that glimmer in their eye that there was a memory there that was attached to that something. And I remember when you picked that up and you were talking about it, I remember like seeing that in your eye when you picked that up and talking about it. So stuff like, there you go.
That's also, oh, hey, Miss Onslaught, one of our viewers from Voice of Chaos. Nice to have you here. All English today, I'm afraid. I hope you're good with that. And if not,
hello.
Oh no, hello. So that's exactly it. Also with a photo set I did for the Darius, you know, I just tried to do a few poses from the comics, like where he's just, you know, celebrating. Yeah, I killed Ultra Magnus, and I put the comic like in half opacity in the background and stuff, just to show my love for the comics. And that's about it. You know, I mean, quite honestly, we're all mostly now in our, let's say, late 30s to 40s, early 40s, in some cases almost 50s. So just behave, just be cool, just a normal guy that you would normally also be. Like, don't creep up behind the keyboard and think that you're safe behind there. Like, you wouldn't behave that way on the normal way, in the normal queue at the counter or something like that. Just be cool.
Well, it's like we all meet up. We all, like the whole community, we meet up at these these conventions, not necessarily for the conventions, because of like the community. And don't get me wrong, this community is strong one way or another, where it's Yeah. To quote Tim, you like it, you win. And I something that may be for me, hey, I'm not going to hate on it. I think it's I mean, I might joke around a little bit, but I don't hate on anything that's made, period.
Yeah.
I'm glad, to be honest, like a lot of people hate the Bay movies and stuff like that. But to be honest, I didn't mind those movies because guess what? Like, it's like, they're still bringing something that's a part of our childhood. They might have updated it a little bit, but it's still a part of our childhood. And I mean, think about it. They're also trying to bring a new generation of people in with an older generation. So I like the fact that they were still doing that. And I like the fact that they're still continuing stuff, still continuing doing movies, still continuing doing the MCU films and everything else. Yeah. Like, who would have thought when we were kids, we would see all this stuff? I didn't. I know you didn't. No. I didn't expect to see any of this. And I'm great. And, not every film was the greatest, but, I'm just glad that they're still doing the shit. It
put quite honestly, it put Transformer back in the spotlight. Like, I don't like the Bayverse movies at all. I called it quits after last night. I got back in with Bumblebee, and Bumblebee was great, but I'm also saying I don't like it, but I respect it because for some people that is G1. That is where they started. And some people even broaden their horizon and go back to actually G1 and check that out. Go over to Beast Wars, go into to the comics, whatever. So this thing opens up people.
Yeah. It's awesome that you could tell, like, there are a lot of people out there that just like to get stuff just to get it.
We're nerds. A lot of us don't get as much social skills are minimum. Nice.
Yep. And the crazy thing is that, it's just, I'm just happy to see that everybody's happy at getting something that they love, that they grew up seeing, stuff like that. And even sharing it with other people. Like, look, I love this figure, I love this, I love this. And, that might not be for me, but I still respect and I still love the fact that that other people love that stuff. So it's like people need to just chill, get back to basics. Get out of the COVID funk of, being stuck, you know what I mean? Because last year was really bad. People just need to pull their head out their asses and just relax and enjoy the time we have on this earth while we have it.
Oh,
plain and simple.
Kawaii. Oh God, there's the Big Poppa. Yeah, see, but that's exactly it. I mean, I always like to call it my plastic feng shui. When I get in here in the morning and I start up my Wi-Fi, I'm always happy because I got my place here. But plastic feng shui is for everybody something else. Like, for you, it's Godzilla, and for you, it's the G.I. Joe. I never had G.I. Joe. We had this weird, I don't know, kind of translated, kind of weird transform stuff of Action Man. I wasn't into that either, and Action Force and stuff like that. But it's for you, just respect it. That's essentially the gist of things. So, that was the message. That's what I wanted to hear from you. Yeah, that was the next one. You just answered the last question, and that with flying flags. So. Nice, dude. We're here almost an hour. Like, I would say, like, for today, it's super cool that so many people were in the chat, a lot of questions. Kato put it short also, don't be a dick. I put that on a shirt. I've got some worse things on a shirt, so I bet so. Like, Titanic swim team 1912.
Yeah. I got some bad ones.
Or if I would have your face, I would run laughing into a bandsaw.
Yeah. Nice. I just ordered a shirt today. What did it say? It says, I can't help it that I'm that sexy because I'm a chubby bearded man or something like that.
Yeah, that's also good. Cantina has one where I just rewatched the review of Storm Collectibles Motaru, and he said he's disappointed by that figure. I don't understand that. Yeah, me neither. the first figure I ever owned that was able to actually cross over arms. So, like, that figure is fucking amazing.
I haven't picked that one up yet. I'm getting it soon. So I'm playing catch up because I had, the whole cancer thing. I'm playing catch up from not buying a lot of stuff from last year. So
yeah. Vendetta says, I was blown away when I went to my first collector con. Dude, 2018 Chicago, that was the best weekend I fucking ever had. That was so cool, like flying over there, seeing everybody, G Money breaking the mold. Shout out to those guys. He picked me up in the morning of the next day. We had breakfast. I met his wife. I met his mother, his sister, and everybody was just so cool. And that is what Jason also said. It's about the community. These conventions are not like, oh, we got all these nerds hurdled up in one space and they just want to buy robots. No, a lot of those people just want to, at least for one day or a weekend, just enjoy the community, what it was. Normal people just hugging.
They want to hear the voices outside their head.
Nice. Exactly. Oh, just a weekend. The humming in my head is toned out. That's good.
My Transformers aren't talking to me now.
Man, Sam, let it go.
Let it
Sam,
go.
Let it go. Like, he still wants Prada. I don't know why. Like, can I maybe
the devil wears Prada?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, maybe I can blackmail you with some triple knotted cherry stem. Maybe then go to my man Lowery. But the other thing, though, I was trying to help my wife understand my passion by saying, you need to understand, for some people, this keeps me from going postal.
Agreed.
Fair
we
point.
could be out doing crack. We could be out like dealing drugs. We could be out doing all this bad shit that's going on in the world. But instead, we're sitting inside playing with our Transformers, and and we're having fun with it. And we're being happy. We're being content. Some people play the Xbox. Some people play whatever. Just let people be content, be happy. They could be worse. They could be doing some dumb shit. You know what I mean?
That we can get behind, oh man. Breakfast at the next TF Con. On me. That's what we can get behind. But I want to say something on the comment from Ralphie, because he has a point there. But the thing is, she doesn't even need to understand. That's the thing also. A lot of marriages have problems due to those hobbies. We read that all the time on Facebook groups and comment sections and whatever. A lot of these wives, they don't understand, and they never will. But the thing is, they have to accept, because they're with that man, and that's part of the personality. If you don't accept that, then you just, plain and simple, that's putting it rough, but it is the fact to me, you don't accept the part of the personality of that person. It just is the way. This is the way.
Well, like I was talking to Bethany about this the other day. It's like, yeah. But yeah, so what was it? It's like, I was talking with her about the other day about all this stuff, this collecting stuff. It's like, do I still want to do this? Do I still want to, I was debating whether or not what I still want to collect and everything else. And I'm like, dude, why would I want to stop being something that's a part of me?
Right.
And if people can't accept something that's not a part of you, they can go fuck themselves. Plain and simple.
That's it. Yeah. It's exactly that. I think that's a great note to end it today, man. Dude, I had a great fucking time. Thanks for being on, man.
Amen, dude. Thank you for having me on, man. I really appreciate it.
Dude, anytime. And next week it's going to be the other way around. You were actually on the other side of the whole StreamYard.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm not looking at my computer. I'm not looking at everything. You know what I mean?
I can't do shit here, man. What the fuck is this?
It's kind of weird. Like I transformed Megatron twice. Did Optimus, did him once or twice while we're sitting here, because I've been like fidgeting. So
yeah.
But
that's good. Bumblebee also, that Chicago vlog was one thing that keeps me watching. Thank you very much. I put a lot of time and effort into that. And
congratulations to him for keep watching your channel, because of little simple things like that grab you. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And also a little shout out to Bobby Skullface. If you actually sit through the whole vlogging section of me being in Chicago 2018, at the very end, there's a little something from Bobby Skullface. So that's cool. That's also one man for the community. So check that channel out too.
Shout out to Bobby.
Shout out to Bobby fucking Skullface, you say, dude, but here are your 5 minutes to shine. Plug away. Tell them where people can find you.
Yeah, like I said, you can find me at Clutch2345 on Xbox or PlayStation, mainly Xbox. You can find me at the Nerds Has Spoken every Thursday. And also we do the Saturday night meetups every once in a while. Sometimes we go live, sometimes we don't. It's just basically us just kind of hanging out, blowing off steam, showing each other what we got for the week, you know. Nothing
sometimes
weird.
A little bit of Gundam, a little bit of Lego, stuff like that.
Sometimes we build, sometimes we do random stuff, sometimes we just get on and just blow off steam and talk whatever. So, you know, you can. That's pretty much. You can find me in the Facebook groups as Jason Lowery, Instagram.
That's right.
I'm hardly ever on that shit. I ain't gonna lie. But that's pretty much it. Where you can find me. You know
Sounds
what I mean?
good.
Also, the Realm of Collectors. You can find me there in the Facebook group as well.
That's right. Realm of Collectors. I'm going to put the link up down below, like for the general. Yeah, that's right. Shoki, on the last few seconds, Kevin Shoka's popped in, man. What's good, dude? Like, we're really wrapping up here. But if you want to check it out, just rewind it. You don't be kind, rewind. You know, that's the thing of the past, sadly. But yeah, just take the cursor to the back. So, yeah, man. Again, thanks to Jason, man. Had a great fucking time. Thanks for being on. You enjoy your afternoon. For you, it's afternoon. For me, it's almost time to go to bed. Training starts tomorrow.
Yeah, so it's 3:30 right now for me. So
yeah, it's 21:31 over here. So we got the 24-hour format. So 9:31 for me. So yeah. Thanks for everybody in the chat. I hope you had a great fucking time. Thanks for Kato. Thanks for Cantina, for Ralphie, everybody else in the chat. Great fucking time. Great.
Thank you for everybody coming to have me come out and watch us make a fool of ourselves.
Right? No PG over here, man. We don't need that shit. So, yeah, guys, enjoy your evening. Next time back to German. And otherwise, have a great start for the week. And I see you guys soon. And hopefully on the Nerds Have Spoken.
Oh, yeah.
We're out.
Catch you
Peace, guys.
See you.